There are days that do not pass like the others, days that hold a hidden weight, a secret light waiting to be revealed. September 10th is one of those days, and under the sign of Virgo, its current sharpens and reveals identity in a way that cannot be ignored. If you are here, it is because you were drawn to this moment, to the vibration that calls Virgos to step into clarity about who they truly are. This is not random, not coincidence. It is the unfolding of a gate known as the Identity Gate of Virgo, a passage where the truth of what you carry shines through. For too long, many Virgos have lived misunderstood. Their gifts have been seen as burdens, their devotion mistaken for obsession, their wisdom overlooked because it was too precise for others to grasp. But today, the veil thins, and what has been hidden comes into focus. On this day, the cosmos does not merely ask you to keep walking as you were. It asks you to stop and recognize the pattern that defines you. It asks you to see the type of Virgo you embody, for there are 3 distinct paths, 3 expressions of the same essence, and each one holds a different shine. The promise of this day is that clarity brings empowerment. When you know your type, you no longer waste energy comparing yourself to others, or trying to fit into molds that were never meant for you. The risk, however, is that if you turn away from this recognition, you may remain stuck in the shadows of misunderstanding, living beneath your true shine. The gate does not punish, it reveals. It shows you where you stand, but the choice to step forward remains yours. This journey will take you through the 3 archetypes of Virgo: the healer, the analyst, and the builder. Each one carries strengths, shadows, and a particular kind of light. As you walk through them, you will find yourself reflected in one more than the others. And in that reflection lies a key to why you are here, to what makes you necessary in this world. Stay with me until the end, for beyond the recognition comes a ritual, and beyond the ritual comes a decree. That decree is not just words. It is the seal of identity spoken aloud, the moment where you claim your light without apology. And with that seal, September 10th becomes more than a date. It becomes the day you stepped into your shine. Virgo has always carried a paradox. On the surface, it seems quiet, practical, even ordinary. Yet beneath that exterior lives a force of precision, devotion, and silent service that the world cannot easily measure. And because it cannot be measured, it is often misunderstood. You have likely felt this misunderstanding yourself, being called too critical when you were only trying to bring clarity, being told you were too much when you were simply offering your best, or being ignored altogether when your efforts kept everything from collapsing. These experiences have marked Virgo's hidden journey, the quiet path of being necessary yet unnoticed. The pain of this path is not small. It teaches you to question yourself, to wonder if your way of caring, of seeing details others miss, is somehow wrong. At times it makes you shrink, holding back your wisdom so that others are not made uncomfortable. And yet, no matter how much you try to silence it, the truth inside you will not die. The gift of Virgo is too deeply woven into your soul to be erased by misunderstanding. This is why it must be reframed. The silence you have carried, the lack of recognition, the times your perfectionism felt like a curse, none of it was punishment. It was preparation. Every unnoticed act, every moment of discipline when no one was watching, was a seed planted. The unseen world took note, even when human eyes did not. The cosmic witness has recorded your diligence, your sacrifices, and your heart's quiet service. And now, in this identity gate of September 10th, that preparation comes into focus. For what the world calls too much is exactly what makes you strong. What others have dismissed is what sets you apart. You are not meant to dim your essence, but to understand it more clearly. The classification of the 3 Virgo types is not a prison, but a map. It is a mirror that helps you see where your greatest strength shines and where your shadows tend to hide. This is why today matters. For once, you will not be left wandering in the fog of other people's opinions. You will see yourself with sharpness, perhaps for the first time. and that recognition will carry you further than any compliment ever could. And so, the moment arrives to understand why Virgo expresses itself in 3 distinct forms, each one carrying its own destiny. Every sign holds multitudes, but Virgo more than most is a constellation of contrasts. Its essence is mutable earth, grounded yet flexible, ruled by Mercury, the planet of thought, language, and precision. This mixture explains why Virgo rarely appears the same in 2 different people. Instead, its energy bends into 3 distinct expressions, each one shaped by circumstance, temperament, and soul design. These are not rigid boxes, but archetypes, mirrors that reveal the way Virgo's light chooses to shine in the world. The number 3 itself is no accident here. In numerology, 3 is the vibration of balance, of creation, of the trinity that connects body, mind, and spirit. It symbolizes completeness in diversity, the understanding that truth often reveals itself in multiple forms. So when we speak of the 3 types of Virgo, we are not dividing but expanding. We are showing the ways the same essence can wear different faces while still belonging to the same sacred root. Think of it like 3 windows looking out onto the same landscape. Each window frames a different view, but all reveal parts of the same whole. Some Virgos embody the healer, drawn to nurture, restore, and serve. Others embody the analyst, whose gift is in clarity, logic, and detail. Still others embody the builder, the one who structures, grounds, and carries vision into form. All are Virgo, yet each shines in its own unique rhythm. You may already have felt hints of this truth in your own life. Perhaps you have noticed repeating patterns, being the one who heals others, or the one who always finds the flaw, or the one who shoulders responsibility for everyone around you. Perhaps synchronicities have reminded you of who you are meant to be. Dreams that echo your purpose, encounters that mirror your hidden gifts, numbers like 333 or 777 appearing just when doubt grows loud. These are not random. They are signals pointing you back to your archetype. But hear this warning. No type is lesser. No shine is brighter by nature. The difference lies only in alignment. When a Virgo resists their true type, the shadow dominates, burnout, overthinking, or crushing burden. But when a Virgo embraces their type, light floods in, and the shine becomes undeniable. This is the frame through which the 3 Virgo types will now be revealed. The first to step forward is the healer, the one whose gift is to mend what is broken, often forgetting themselves in the process. The first Virgo type is the healer, the one whose soul seems wired to mend, soothe, and restore. This Virgo shines through service, through the ability to sense what others need before words are spoken. They are the friend who shows up in crisis, the colleague who quietly picks up the pieces, the one who notices the wound no one else sees. Their intuition is sharp, their heart is steady, and their presence often feels like medicine to those who are weary. It is not simply what they do, it is who they are. Yet this light comes with shadows. The healer Virgo often forgets that their energy is not infinite. They pour into others until their own vessel runs dry. They attract those who are broken, sometimes to the point of carrying responsibilities that were never theirs. They may find themselves drained, exhausted, or resentful, wondering why the love they give so freely does not always return in equal measure. Their challenge is not the lack of healing ability, but the neglect of self in the process. Picture the healer Virgo as the one who takes the late-night call, offering comfort to a friend in despair, then rises the next morning to carry another's burden at work, and ends the day wondering why no one notices their own silent battles. Their love is real, but without boundaries. It becomes a weight that dims their own light. The mistake they often make is believing that self-care is selfish. They think their value lies only in what they give away, not realizing that true healing flows strongest when the healer is whole. Their service is meant to be a gift, not a sacrifice that empties them completely. The protocol for the healer Virgo is to reverse the flow. Begin by tending to their own body, their own spirit, their own rest. This is not abandonment of others, but alignment with the truth that healing multiplies when rooted in self-care. A healer who honors themselves becomes a fountain that never runs dry. Let this affirmation be their anchor. My healing begins within me. Spoken daily, it shifts the lens from depletion to renewal, from martyrdom to empowerment. When the healer Virgo steps into this truth, their shine becomes magnetic, not because they save others, but because their very presence radiates wholeness. And as this archetype takes its place, another Virgo type emerges, the analyst, the mind that dissects, clarifies, and seeks perfection in all it touches. The second Virgo type is the analyst, the one whose gift lies in seeing clearly what others overlook. Their mind is sharp, their eye precise, their ability to detect patterns almost uncanny. They are the ones who can walk into a room and immediately notice the detail that is out of place, the plan that has a hidden flaw, the idea that requires refinement. They are seekers of clarity, lovers of order, and builders of systems that make chaos manageable. To others, they may appear critical, but in truth, they are guided by an inner compass that longs for harmony through precision. Yet this light also casts a shadow. The analyst Virgo is prone to overthinking, looping endlessly in pursuit of perfection. They may delay action because they believe one more revision, one more detail, one more calculation is necessary. In their quest for flawlessness, they risk paralysis, mistaking thought for progress. Their gift of insight can become a trap when they demand from themselves a standard that no one could ever fully meet. Picture the analyst Virgo as the one who spends hours revising a project, making every line, every figure, every word exact, yet hesitates to share it because it is never good enough. Or the one who notices everyone else's mistakes, but struggles to forgive their own. Their brilliance becomes heavy when it is caged by constant correction. The mistake they often make is believing that clarity is achieved before action. In reality, true clarity often emerges through movement. Plans may look perfect on paper, but life refines them only in practice. When the analyst learns to balance thought with action, their wisdom becomes unstoppable, transforming analysis into creation. The protocol for the analyst Virgo is to choose movement over delay. Set a time limit on revisions, and when the moment arrives, release the work into the world. Progress, not perfection, is the true path to growth. Each step taken is another layer of clarity, and each imperfection becomes a teacher, not an enemy. Their affirmation is this: clarity grows when I move. These words remind the analyst that perfection is not the doorway to action, but the result of it. When they embrace this rhythm, their shine is undeniable, for their insight no longer remains hidden in hesitation. And as this archetype steps into balance, the third type reveals itself, the builder, the Virgo, whose strength is structure, vision, and the ability to carry others with unwavering resolve. The third Virgo type is the builder, the one who thrives in structure, responsibility, and the steady creation of something lasting. This Virgo carries a vision not just for themselves, but for those around them, often becoming the pillar others lean on. They are organizers, planners, and carriers of burdens that would overwhelm most. Their strength is in their discipline, their ability to take ideas and ground them into reality. Where others dream, the builder Virgo lays brick upon brick until the dream has weight and form. But with this gift comes a heavy shadow. Builders often feel they must hold everything together, that if they falter even for a moment, the world around them will collapse. They take on too much, not only their own responsibilities but those of others, until their spirit bends under the weight. Their structure, meant to empower, becomes a prison when rigidity takes control. Change unsettles them. Flexibility feels like weakness, and control becomes a substitute for trust. Picture the builder Virgo as the one who organizes every detail of a project, makes sure every person has what they need, and still lies awake at night worrying about what could go wrong. They are the silent backbone of families, workplaces, and communities, yet often they feel invisible. their strength mistaken for inevitability. They shine in stability, but without balance, that shine dims beneath exhaustion. The mistake they often make is believing that control equals safety. But true stability comes not from holding everything in a clenched fist, but from allowing flow, trusting that not every detail needs their hand. The universe is not waiting for them to carry the world alone. It is waiting for them to release what does not belong to them. The protocol for the builder Virgo is to practice balance. Choose one burden that is not truly theirs and set it down. Allow space for rest, for trust, for flexibility. Their structures grow stronger when they are not weighed down by unnecessary weight. Their affirmation is this: I build with balance, not burden. Spoken daily, it becomes a reminder that strength is not found in carrying everything, but in knowing what to carry well. And when the builder Virgo steps into this truth, their shine is steady, luminous, and freeing. With all three archetypes revealed, the story unfolds of how these different Virgos collide, mirror one another, and ultimately learn to shine in their own way. There was a moment when three Virgos, each walking their own path, found themselves in the same season of struggle. One was the healer, exhausted from giving endlessly with little in return. Another was the analyst, caught in the loops of perfectionism, delaying every decision. The third was the builder, burdened by responsibilities that were never theirs to carry. Though they did not know each other, their stories echoed the same root: light hidden under shadow, gifts buried under weight. The healer had begun to feel invisible, her kindness mistaken for weakness. The analyst was restless, haunted by unfinished projects that never left the safety of his notebook. The builder was weary, carrying not only their own work, but the expectations of everyone around them. Each felt lost, as though their unique way of being Virgo was more curse than blessing. Then the signs began to appear. The healer noticed the number 777 flashing on a receipt at the exact moment she thought of giving up. The analyst kept seeing 1111 on the clock, pulling him out of his spirals of thought. The builder dreamed of a golden staircase rising into the sky, a symbol too vivid to ignore. These were cosmic nudges, reminders that their shadows were not the end of the story. In that recognition, each experienced a turning point. The healer lit a candle and whispered, "My healing begins within me," allowing her first act of care to be directed inward. The analyst set a timer and released his project before it was perfect, discovering that progress brought clarity far faster than endless edits. The builder chose to lay down one responsibility that was never truly theirs, and for the first time in years, they felt lighter. The results were subtle yet powerful. The healer began to glow again, her presence attracting appreciation instead of depletion. The analyst felt freedom in motion, ideas flowing instead of stagnating. The builder realized that trust did not weaken the structure but made it stronger. Together, though they did not meet, their stories mirrored the truth. No type is wrong, no shine is lesser. Each Virgo archetype is necessary, but each one shines most when it accepts its own design. The moral is clear: identity is not comparison, but alignment. The three types do not compete, they complete the picture of Virgo's light. And with this understanding, the next step is not only recognition, but embodiment through a ritual that anchors identity into daily life. The ritual of Virgo identity begins with recognition, but it does not end there. To truly shine, you must move beyond knowing your type into anchoring it in daily life. This ritual is not complicated, yet its simplicity carries profound weight. It is a way of saying to the universe, "I accept who I am, and I will no longer dim my light through comparison or denial." The first step is acknowledgement. Sit in silence and name your type: the healer, the analyst, or the builder. Speak it aloud, not as a question but as a declaration. Say, "I am the healer," or "I am the analyst," or "I am the builder." Let the words carry into the air, because identity grows stronger when voiced. The second step is affirmation. Take a piece of paper and write the phrase, "I shine as I am." Write it in the present tense, not as a hope, but as a fact. Then place it somewhere visible, where your eyes will meet it each day. The third step is release. Close your eyes and breathe deeply, feeling gratitude for your design. Allow the tension of comparison to fall away, the pressure to match others to dissolve. Imagine yourself standing in a circle of light, each beam unique yet equally radiant. Repeat softly, "I shine as I am, and that is enough." In this moment, you are not competing with other Virgos or with anyone else. You are honoring the form in which your soul was shaped. If you wish to strengthen this ritual, align it with the waxing moon. The moon growing in the sky mirrors your own unfolding, reminding you that identity is not static, but expanding. Light incense or a candle to mark the sacredness of the act. Take 3 grounding breaths, feeling the earth beneath you, anchoring your identity into both spirit and matter. Protection is part of the ritual as well. Speak a short prayer or hold a moment of silence, asking that your shine be shielded from envy, doubt, or misunderstanding. What is meant for you cannot be stolen, and your identity, once claimed, cannot be erased. This ritual is not about becoming someone else, but about settling deeper into yourself. And when you do, signs will begin to appear that confirm you are aligned. These confirmations will whisper first, then shout, showing that your shine is not imagined but real, alive, and unfolding before your eyes. When identity settles into alignment, the universe responds with confirmations. They arrive first as whispers, then as clear echoes that remind you your shine has been seen. You may notice numbers repeating, like 333, the vibration of guidance and divine presence, or 777, the signal of spiritual blessing and completion. You may feel a sudden ease in situations that once felt heavy, conversations flowing without effort, or a peace that makes no logical sense. These are signs that you are no longer wrestling with your design but resting within it. If silence follows instead, do not mistake it for absence. Sometimes the proof arrives through dreams, through subtle synchronicities, or through quiet shifts in how people respond to you. Within days, you may notice that those who once dismissed your energy now begin to respect it, or that doors once closed suddenly begin to open. The universe has countless ways of affirming identity, and often it begins softly to see if you are paying attention. To sustain this shine, choose one daily habit that anchors your type. If you are the healer, practice one small act of self-care before you serve another. If you are the analyst, take one action before you revise it. If you are the builder, release one unnecessary burden each day. These small, steady acts keep you aligned with your essence, ensuring your shine does not fade beneath shadow again. At the same time, guard your alignment. Avoid comparison, for it is the thief of Virgo's light. Do not fall back into people-pleasing, for it drains the healer. Do not get trapped in perfection, for it paralyzes the analyst. Do not cling to control, for it exhausts the builder. Awareness of these traps keeps the shine alive. And now the invitation extends to you. Declare it openly, not just within, but also with others walking the same path. Write it, speak it, share it. I shine as I am. These words are more than a phrase. They are a seal, a mark that the identity gate of September 10th has been crossed. The signs are not the end, but the confirmation. And once confirmed, the final step awaits. The decree that seals everything you have discovered. The moment when words spoken with certainty lock your shine into the timeline of your destiny. You have walked through the identity gate of September 10th, step by step, discovering the 3 ways Virgo light takes form: the healer who mends, the analyst who clarifies, and the builder who structures. Each carries a gift, each faces a shadow, and each is necessary. But now the question is not only who you are, it is how you will claim it. Identity unspoken drifts like smoke, but identity declared becomes a foundation no storm can wash away. Today is the day to seal your shine. Remember this: you are not ordinary. Virgo was never meant to be invisible. The very traits that made others misunderstand you are the traits that make you radiant. Your devotion, your precision, your strength. These are not flaws, but signatures of your soul. September 10th was designed as a mirror to show you what has always been within you. And now that you have seen it, you cannot unsee it. The only choice left is whether to stand in the light or return to the shadow of doubt. This is why the decree matters. It is not wishful thinking, not a fragile hope. It is a spoken seal that shifts your timeline, aligning thought, emotion, and action into one current. Speak it with certainty, speak it as law, and let it anchor your soul. Say aloud, "I shine as I am, and I claim my light today." Let these words pass your lips with strength. Let them vibrate through your body, and let them echo beyond you into the unseen. The decree is the final act that turns knowledge into embodiment. And you are not alone in this. Others across the world, under the same Virgo light, are speaking the same words. Each declaration adds to the rhythm, creating a collective current too strong to be denied. Seal it not only with your voice, but also with your action. Write it, share it, declare it openly. I shine as I am. These words will carry you forward, protecting you from comparison, lifting you beyond doubt, and reminding you daily of who you are. As this message closes, see the image of Virgo's light spilling over a golden horizon, the dawn of a new identity that does not need permission to exist. You have walked through the gate, you have spoken the decree, and now you shine not because the world allows it, but because it is who you have always been.